My wedding was a really fun event. We brought it in, probably the most biggest fun party we brought it to the crowd. We laughed a lot and I cried hard. So we are getting ready to get married. There's a lot of things to do, as you know, people who are already married. Around that time, my parents said they cannot come. It's financially, it doesn't make sense to all of my 4 siblings and their spouses and their children comes, including my mom and dad, and that's a lot. Instead, cost of the travel to send it to you as a wedding gift. And when time is right, you can get married in Korea, in Korean style, with a hanbok and everything. And I thought that was a cool idea. It's doable after honeymoon. My husband was very sad. And at the time, I talked to my mom every week. We were very close and she was always waiting for me. And we had a lot of things to talk about. One day she said, I don't know, I have to keep the secret, but I don't know, I should keep it or not. What is it? And she said, don't tell Sean. And she told me this story. Sean found this guy, asked my family to make video of all my family congratulating our wedding and saying sorry we couldn't come, but I have fun, kind of thing. So everybody take a part and they had a part of the videos in the video. And then she said, pretend you don't know. Don't tell Sean I told you. One day I got parcel. That's my parents' home address. I left it on the counter and I went for work. I pretended I don't know what's in it. And on the wedding day, we were having fun and take pictures. And we had our wedding was small and we prepared everything in that. It was outdoor and dance, and there were just speeches coming in, and on the screen, video of my mom and my dad sitting in their room, my parents' room. My mom looked so skinny and frail, and broke my heart. And my dad couldn't speak, and my mom was nudging elbow to my dad, speak something, and he couldn't speak. The cry was on his throat. He couldn't speak. And there were my brothers and my nephews and nieces and my sister-in-laws. And that was really sweet touch for the wedding. They couldn't come to see me getting married. So I cried, and the guests asked, what's going on? And I told them my mom lost so much weight and she looks so frail and just miss them. And at the time, I applied for a permanent residency in Canada. Supposedly, I cannot go outside of the country. If I do, and I have to start it all over again, kind of thing. We went to honeymoon, and it was in Ontario, Canada. And traveling inside of the Canada is so expensive compared to going outside somewhere warm. Anyways, after 1 week of honeymoon, I came back and I called home, just tell them what's going on. And my dad picked up the phone. My dad never picked up the phone. Where's mom? How's mom doing? And he said, she's fine, but she's visiting 외갓집, which is my mom's parents' house. So my uncle lives. Kind of suspicious. She never go out. And I chat with daddy, and next week I called my mom again, and my dad picked up the phone. Again, he said, she's fine. She went to see her friend. Something is not right because she's a lady she's a homebody. She doesn't go out. So I called my brother. Everything's fine, and probably mom was visiting her friend or something. And I called my second older brother, and he was just saying the same thing. But I felt something is off. So I called my friend, and something is not right. I think you should go. Can you tell me what's happening over there? A few days later, and she said, sounds like everybody's doing fine, but I think your mom is missing you so much. I think you should come home. So I called my big brother again. I want to know what's going on. And he said, mom is terminal stage of colon cancer. Doctor told her she has 6 months left. But everybody was worried that because my immigration situation, what if she cannot go back to Canada to Sean? So everybody decided on not to telling me. So I bought the ticket. I went to Korea. After long flight, I went to my city. My mom lost so much weight, just skin and bone. I haven't seen her for 2 years, and I couldn't believe she had only 6 months left. And she refused to any treatment, and she just didn't want to stay in the hospital. And then Sean joined me after a week. We could spend some time together to see me and to meet my family and everyone in Korea. Although doctor gave her 6 months, she had 3 more weeks. So those are 3 weeks. We were able to spend the time with her. Not great time because she was in so much pain. And at the end, she had to go to hospital. It's because her pain was too big. So she passed away while we were visiting. She was Buddhist. Cremated my mom at the end of the process. In our custom, I don't know, it's just still like that back then, 20 years ago. You have to say bye to the smoke when it comes out. That was your final goodbye to that person. At the end, they let the smoke out, and I'm saying, 잘 가래, 엄마. Still, after so many years, 20 years later, I still feel that the pain I have to say goodbye to the someone who I wanted to stay. So after all those laughing and smiling, parting photos, behind those stories, behind that pictures, still there was a heartache and tears. Behind that happy people's face and laughed and smiles, still there is a tears and cry.